evening, gang, and here we are on the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. Oh, they've been doing that all day on the telly. Gets on my nerves. May the 4th be with you. It's a Star Wars thing, and I don't know about you. I was never really into Star Wars. I think I watched the first one. I'm sure I watched the first one. I don't know about the other ones. No, I was Star Trek. Because as the intelligent people who are with us this evening will know, Star Wars is a made-up fictional thing with special effects and all that business. You know, Star Trek is actually a documentary, you know, about a group of people that fly throughout outer space and meet weird and wonderful people. And talking of that, a very good evening to you. Welcome along to the show. It's Sunday the 4th of May, 2025. Well, we go from hot to cold, don't we? Oh, my word. It was all right driving to work last night in King's Cross. I host karaoke every Friday and Saturday nights at the King's Head Theatre Bar then at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Come along if you want. It's great down there. We have a good laugh down there. It's free entry as well. You can either come and sing, or you can just watch everyone else attempting to sing. I haven't actually found anyone yet that can sing there, other than myself, of course. You know, I think you find most people come into the pub to actually watch me singing. I'm sure that is the case. We have this chap called Toby, a rather undelightful character, to be honest. You know, rather wouldn't miss him if he wasn't there, to be honest. And I don't know what planet he's on half the time. You know, a very, very strange man. But generally, you know, people are all right. It's just only me that can sing. You know, as indicated through the amount of applause when I finish my songs. I can't remember what I did last night. I think I did 3 songs last night. It was a bit quiet. Friday was good. Saturday was quiet this week. But I drove to work. And then it was when I came out of the pub to get back in the car. I thought, oh, my God, it's really dropped. And has stayed like that today as well. I got up this morning around about 8 o'clock, and I have a routine every morning that's exactly the same. I struggle down the stairs. Oh yeah, I know, it's unbelievable. I'm not always this happy. Not always. No, I struggle down the stairs. I go and put my kettle on. While the kettle's doing its thing, I get up an apple and I chop it up. Then I open my door and I chuck the apple core out because there's a squirrel. And I don't know if it's the same one all the time, but there's a squirrel that likes to come out and eat it collects it. It comes from the other side of the house, right? And I don't know if it's over the front of the house waiting for me to chuck this apple core out. I can't work it out. But later on, when I've chopped up the apple cores outside, bran flakes, milk, some blueberries, tea, bring it all in the living room, put the telly on and watch some sort of news channel, usually GB News. I might flick over onto the BBC. Sky News is a bit jumbled at the moment. I don't know why. I think the dish has moved slightly, so I've got to adjust that. And that is an item of DIY that I can actually do. Adjust satellite dishes. Don't worry, I haven't got to get up a ladder. It's on the back of the fence. I can feel the worry coming out of you at the moment. It's on the back of the fence, so I can adjust that. And while I'm sitting there, generally at some point I will see a squirrel running backwards with the apple core in its mouth. So I don't know where it takes it to. There must be a nest somewhere. Thankfully, not in my loft, as there was many years ago. Oh, I hope you never get squirrels in the loft. By the way, if you want to send us a message, text line's open. It's right in front of me, open. I'm determined not to miss it. Okay, the text number up there in the top, what is it, left-hand corner to you? Is it left? Is 07451 287 337 is the text number. Okay, 07451 287 337. Then I don't know what to text. Oh, what can I text about? Just hello. Just hello. Hello, it's da-da-da, okay? If you've sent a text in before, you don't need to put your name there because it will already come up. You are logged into the system. No text has arrived yet, just to warn you, okay? No text yet. All right, so this morning I got up, did my usual routine, and then went out to get my bike. I thought, well, I'll need the jumper and the jacket on again, and the woolen hat. It was really cold this morning. Someone at church says... that might be in for a frost tonight in some parts of the country. So gardeners, beware. If you've got any blankets or anything just to chuck over your delicate plants, or yourselves, of course, or yourselves, and chuck it over before the frost comes, because once it's got, that's it, mate. Paul and Lou has already texted out. Hello to Paul and Lou, my favourite losers. Hello, Paul and Lou, my favourite brummies. How's the old bin collection going in Birmingham? Did I read out someone the other week that was going around doing it privately? I don't know, for 10 quid or something like that. He'd come around and collect your black bags or whatever they are. There was rumours of it spreading across the country, wasn't there? That other councils might start having this problem. I don't even know what it's all about, to be honest. Is it about money or the way that people work? Or a bit of both? I can't imagine the smell. It must be horrendous. It don't matter how, it's like someone having a barbecue, isn't it? Now, my mate's neighbours had a barbecue yesterday, and I rang him up on the way to work. And he said, oh, they've got a barbecue next door. Oh, they haven't, have they? He said, yeah, I've closed all the windows. And that doesn't matter. It still gets in, doesn't it? That smell of barbecue. Which actually, when you're walking past someone's garden and there's a barbecue going on, it's actually quite a nice smell, isn't it? But when you're in the house next to it and you can't get away from the smell, that's when it becomes rather annoying. I would advise no one to sit next to a public toilet or a toilet in a pub. Every time that door opens, you get that waft, don't you? Oh, no. And some people are more smelly than others. It goes back to some of the karaoke singers, funnily enough. And so, yeah, some people are more smelly than others, aren't they? I smell of flowers most of the time, as indeed does Maureen. Good evening, Maureen, just joining us there. She was singing for you on Friday night. Evening to Maureen there. Paul and Lou, it's 8 weeks now of not emptying bins. 8 weeks. Would you not consider that bloke? I'm sure I read out his story the other day. Some bloke who's collecting bins for a fee. Just to get rid of her. Mind you see, if it's everyone's rubbish, then taking away your 2 or 3 carrier bags full of stuff isn't going to make any difference, is it? Private bin collector, Birmingham. Let's have a look. Does it say Birmingham rubbish removal, sea prices? I don't know. Oh, from £40. £40, so it's quite a lot, isn't it? Junk hunters, £35. Waste removal services in Birmingham. Yeah, the thing is, it's pointless if there's loads of people's rubbish there. For you to pay them to take yours away, a few bags worth, it's not going to make any difference, is it? Because you've still got everyone else's there. And you know what? Oh, why should I pay for that? It's council's job. Why can I pay for that? One of those sort of people. Ever come across them? They got council flat. Nothing wrong with that. Something goes wrong, or you need a little bit of paint on the window. No one's coming out. I'd be inclined to go. And my dad did. I'd just go and get the paint and I can't be bothered to wait. I'd go and get the paint and do it yourself. Now, why should I do that and paying rent for that? One of those sort of people. It's like the rubbish on the grounds, Always some rubbish out. Not my rubbish. Why should I touch it? Not my rubbish. That's a sort of attitude people take. Well, I'm sorry about that, Paul and Lou. Is it actually very smelly where you are? Are you... I would assume the smells are only in certain parts, are they? Where the rubbish is collecting. Although if the wind blows your way, a bit like a nuclear war, isn't it, really? If a nuclear bomb drops on another country, you're kind of thinking, oof, oh, thank God for that. But then the wind blows your way. If it was a country that didn't like us, which is, basically all of them, isn't it, really? All of them, If it was a country that didn't like us and they got a nuclear bomb dropped on them, right, those people that were surviving could then stand there and all turn their arses towards the UK, fart this way. Oh, this is very serious. Fart this way, and all the nuclear radiation would be blown over the UK. And then we all get radiation sickness and poisoning and all that, and blisters come up. We look like aliens. Back to the Central Station karaoke people again, isn't it? Evening to George Bond joining us there. There's Roy. Roy's doing the texting testing today. as Vera's not there, I don't think. Is the text working? You've got me with you this evening. I have a blasted cold. No! So he's not going to Drag Idol with Central Station. What a shame. Drag Idol with Vera at Central Station. Sorry to hear that, Roy. You suffer from that and all, don't you? Chests and colds all the time. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible. Oh, well, good luck to you. So, got that text number there? 07451 287 337 is the text number. I don't know what the weather's like where you are at the moment. It's been a nice bright day, but like I say, cold again. But looking at the weather, it's going to warm up again. We've got a few days of cold and then nice and warm again. I still haven't managed to go out on a long bike ride yet. I mean, I'm using my new electric bike to go down to the shops and from sort of places that, you know, where I need to go, like swimming, things like that. Occasionally, if I need to do it quickly, I'll take the bike instead of walk. But I still haven't done that long ride yet. I want to go to Ascot. I've only done one ride to Ascot, which is a decent way. It's about half hour, 40 minutes on a bike, and the same coming home again. But I wanted to get further and further, to go as far as Virginia Water, which is an absolutely delightful place. Lovely place. Don't want to go there on a Sunday, you know. People that usually work are there on a Sunday. It's like being a child again, actually, when my mum and dad worked. And we could only ever go somewhere on a Sunday, really. Saturday was shopping day. We used to pile in the car, me and my sister, and go down to Kingston and do our shopping around the market. And then there was a Sainsbury's there. We thought the Sainsbury's was huge. Nowadays, not really, no. Sainsbury's wasn't huge. I mean, but the Sainsbury's I've got at the top of the road here, it's much larger than the one in Kingston, unless they've expanded it. And then I think there was a Habitat there. And the lift, we used to come out of Sainsbury's, turn right, and we go in this lift which took us up into the car park. Bentall's was there. Now it's all very different there. I'd like to go to Kingston again and just have a look around. I haven't been there for some years. Gosh, I mean years, actually. And one of my favourite places there when I was a little boy was a model shop called Beatties. Beatties. And they sold all models. In particular, model railways like Hornby and all that. Because I had an electric train set. I mean, I've still got one now. I've got the engine here. This was my first ever engine, which I've shown you many times on the show. The Princess Victoria came with a little thing like that. And as it went along, it makes noise. Yeah, there it goes. Not so good now. Like a chuff noise as it goes along. No smoke out there. I was always in there. I think I bought a few little items in there, little bits and pieces, new engines and things like that. That was my favourite shop in Kingston, though. Do you remember going shop with your parents? The first Sainsbury's I ever went in was Peckham. We lived in Peckham until 1969, and the Sainsbury's there wasn't self-service. Oh no. No, it was like an island in the middle, and that was, you could go there and buy stuff. I can't remember what was there now. And then round the outside, you had the tin cans over there, you had the meat over there, you had the dairy over there, and each section, and you would queue for each section, and I'll have that, and that, and then pay, and then move around to the next section. You know, a bit like a market, really, but inside and much smaller. And that worked. And of course, in those days, no one could nick anything, could they? No one could nick anything. You know, happy days. Now, God blimey, they don't even hide it when they nick, do they? They walk in 2 carrier bags, fill them up, the staff stand round filming them, and then they walk out the bleeding door again. And Greggs, there's another one, Greggs. They're doing it at Greggs. I don't think they're doing it here, but I've seen videos. Videos of people nicking from Greggs, sausage rolls, you know, and then they're obviously not just nicking for themselves. I mean, it doesn't sound so bad if someone goes in and nicks a sandwich, I don't know, a can of drink, or a little thing of soup, because they have those ready-made in the little warming cabinets, don't they? Like a tomato soup, a sausage roll. No, they fill up the bloody bags, dear. All these sandwiches, what do they do with those? Do they sell them somewhere? Do they sell them to people? You know, ham roll, £2.50, or you can have that for 40 pence or something like that. You know, all to fund their drugs habit. I wouldn't make light of someone who's got some sort of drugs problem. I've seen it so many times over the years, various different people with these problems, and they will sell anything just to be able to afford their thing. Do I hate people for that? No. I think they got a problem and they should be helped. you know. But you've got to be a certain sort of people to be able to put up with that. You see, it's the trouble, you know. I don't know if you've ever had it before. I've known people who have taken drugs and then they go, "Oh, Chris, can I borrow 20 quid? I owe something." "No, I'm afraid not." "No." "Oh, you know you'll get it back." "No, you don't know. You don't get it back. End of." No, don't be. Listen to me. Don't lend money to anyone ever. It sounds a little bit unchristian, but don't ever lend money to someone who says, "Can you lend me?" If you want to give money to someone, that's fine. That's fine. You know, obviously. If you want to give is good. Give is good. Lend, no, because then in your mind all the time, oh, I don't know if I'll get that back or not. You know, you've got to say, no, take that and that's fine. But you do need to know that I'm not going to spend it on the next hit or injection or something like that, don't you? Hey? Let's have a look here. George's nan is still in hospital at the moment. He's living with his mum. Well, I hope that's going all right there. Living with your mum there, and I hope your nan gets better soon as well, okay? Right, let's say hello to some of you in the little chat box there, my darlings. Evening to Gary Ross, Pat Bentley in Australia, where we are a breakfast show in Australia. Good morning. Morning. We have Stu and Sarah. Good evening to Stu and Sarah joining us. Whereabouts are you two, Stu and Sarah? Stu Eves, is that the same person as Stu and Sarah? Are you on multiple names on here? Sometimes it gets very complicated on here. That's why I do ask you to use the text if at all possible, because then, you know, it's directed at me rather than chatting to each other. Is that for me or not? Do you know what I mean? Mr. Tech Sparky there. There's our lovely Shania. Shania's had an operation recently. She's had a little bit of a problem with her back, so she's recovering at the moment, but she's happy because she went to church this morning. Not the same church as me, on the Isle of Wight. Who's doing your job at the moment then, Shania? Is Phil doing it? Has Phil come over from Portsmouth? Is he doing your job at the moment? Shania's a very important person on the Isle of Wight. Very, very important. But I'm not an important person. Shania's a very, very important person on the Isle of Wight, aren't you, love? I hope it doesn't hurt when you laugh. Where are we? I'm scrolling quickly. Bear in mind, if I'm reading it off the chat box, it might get missed, okay? And once I've scrolled down, because I have to go down quickly, otherwise we'll never get anywhere. Mick Davenport's there, evening to you. Santa Barbara Rooster. Yo, Chris and everyone, have a good one tonight. Thank you, Santa Barbara. I think you're one of our karaoke night viewers, aren't you? So welcome along there. Gary Warren, Ray Reardon's son. No, I'm afraid not, no. My father was Gerald Reardon. He was a big fan of Ray Reardon, actually. And funnily enough, we used to go to Pontins for our holidays in the 1970s. And they would have people come round to do talks and entertainment stuff and all that. And Ray Reardon, my dad was so pleased once, Ray Reardon was booked to come and show us some of his... Is it snooker, isn't it? Show us some of his snooker. My dad went and spoke to him. No, not related to him at all now. Is he still with us, Ray Reardon? Have he still with us there? Not sure. Hello to CC Media Scratch Cards. Boshy Washy hates colds. Oh, they are horrible, aren't they? Horrible. What do you make of Reform winning seats for council? Don't know. Don't do politics on here. Have you not been here long enough to realise that? We do politics jokes, right? We do politics. Oh, Diane Abbott, she went into one, didn't she? She never fails to deliver. Anyone see that interview? Oh, she's one of the Labour people, and she was sitting there slagging off Labour. It was quite funny. She never fails to deliver. Don't do politics in there. Everyone starts rowing. That's the trouble, you know. People can't have a decent conversation anymore, especially if they're like Gen Zs. You know, if you do not agree with what they say. Not all of them. I have a very, very, very good friend, Posh Twink Carl. I don't know if he's here. No, he won't be here tonight. He'll be judging. He does. He's a young drag queen. And he has opposite views to mine, and we can sit there and have a perfectly good conversation. Unlike some of these who shout and scream and start stamping. Have you seen them on TikTok? It's frightening. They've all got mental issues, these people. Mental issues. You know, if you can't sit there and have a decent conversation with someone and, you know, you believe that and you believe that and you believe that. And, you know, if you can't do that, then there's something seriously wrong with your head. I'm sure probably maybe you might say something to me and I'll disagree, but I won't start shouting and screaming at the camera like some of these idiots. Serious mental issues. Either that or they just want attention. You know, if you want a bit of an attention, set up a YouTube channel and start talking. That'll get you attention. No need to start shouting and screaming. Oh, what's the other one I saw yesterday? Oh, Just Stop Oil. They've stopped, haven't they? They finished. Not doing it anymore. Apparently they had one more road blocking thing in London a couple of days ago. And that was it. That was it. I do believe they disbanded, I think. Tommy Hanlon's there. Evening to Tommy today. There's our lovely Merlin. Evening, Merlin. Evening, Merlin. Merlin does his own podcast. Put your advert up there, Merlin. Get your advert up there, my love. There's our lovely Debbie. Hello, Debbie. She's been for a nice walk. I was just looking at your pictures. Very, very nice walk this afternoon after seeing you at church. I came in early just to say hello to you today. Do you know that? That is true. I wouldn't normally leave till about 10:10 if I'm not playing organ at church. I left at 9:45 just to come and say hello to you this morning. There you go. Pup Bentley, it's 3:20 in the morning where he is at the moment. Time to get some sleep. All right. Good night, Pup Bentley. Shall we sing him a... So I say good night, children. See you in the morning. Good night, children. I can see you yawning. They used to sing that at Pontins to the kids as we went off to bed. Don't forget that text, 07451 287 337. Shania says, in the terms of the sacristy work, her dad is helping. Well, I doubt very much he'd fit in the same cassock as you, my love. Has he got his own cassock? I did see a picture of Shania's dad today at church with Shania. Well, you needed sunglasses to look at this shirt. I mean, I know I've got some colourful shirts, but I don't think... Oh, actually, I have worn them at shirt before, and they did get comments. Not bad comments, but they got comments, and I thought, well, maybe these are not appropriate to wear at church. Today, I wore a white T-shirt, just a white Slashinger cheapy T-shirt type thing. Good evening to the lovely Mark Bowles. Evening, Mark. He's just got back from dropping his little boy off. Had him all weekend. Never got easier. What do you mean it never got easier? You've got to keep him entertained. That's the trouble with these little people. When I took my nephew to Florida and actually a couple of years later to Vegas, you know, in your head, he wasn't little. He was 17 and 20. I think it was 21 was the other time. You know, he's not a little boy like you got. What's yours? 10, 12, something like that? 10, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. You know, even he's 17. But the only thing in my mind all the time, is he having a good time? You don't say it. Are you having a good time? Because that's just silly, isn't it? They're always going to say, is he having a good time? Has he had enough to eat? You know, that's the only thing on your mind. You're not bothered about yourself. So what did you do this weekend then, Mark? Do let us know. What happened? Shania, a dad doesn't serve but just helps set up. Oh, no cassock required. Is that because there just isn't one to fit him? Is that why? Is he with us today, is he? Is he? Shania's dad. Salt of the earth, that man. Thank you. Let's just... Rob Kershaw's there. Evening, Rob. Evening, Chaz and Chaveses. Good evening, Rob. We've got two Chavs here so far. Mark Bowles and Rob Kershaw. I hope you don't mind, Rob. I'm kind of going with the Mark Bowles, though. All right? I'm going with the Mark Bowles. Mark says it never gets easier taking him back. I beg your pardon. Of course. Of course. He's 8 years old. Mark won't mind me telling you. He had a lot of trouble trying to see his little boy. And it started again about a year and a half ago now, Mark. And he posts beautiful pictures of him and his boy on days out and stuff like that. I'm sure they went to Legoland sort of towards, was it September, October last year? And they had a nice time there. My favourite part of the Legoland is the all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. Hours I'm in there. You know, when I took my nephew and his tribe and my niece and her tribe there. Oh, that means I'll have to take Jimmy then, actually. I'll have to take Jimmy and his tribe there. When I took him there, you know, I went, you know, we had a little walk around. And then it was lunchtime. All-you-can-eat pizza buffet. And they finished. We're going to mile ride. Oh, leave me in there. I'll be all right. I was in there for hours. Hours. They came back about 5 o'clock. I was still sitting there. You know, you couldn't miss me by that time. The only thing in there, Mark, and I think this was the case when you went, they used to have a serve yourself soft ice cream machine in there. And I always remember being in there, we were sitting, eating our pizza and looking at these queues of people using the soft serve ice cream. And the staff couldn't keep up. They just kept coming over with these cartons of, I suppose it's ice cream mix, and pouring it in the top. They were constantly doing that. So that's probably why they got rid of it. And do you know what they replaced it with? Oranges and apples. I mean, how boring is that? What child would... What adult or child would choose an apple or orange over a bleeding ice cream? Answer, not many. Of course, they sold it to us, you know, oh, well, it's much better for you to have the apple or the orange. Sod the better bit, put back the ice cream machine, thank you very much. I can't remember if it had sprinkles on there or stuff like that. Yeah. Mark still gets hassle from his ex there, and seeing her is hard as just want to. Well, I can't read that out. Yeah, here we go. Went to Legoland, and yes, he's been getting hassle for the best part of 2 years now. Been to the park and shops today, and boots, sir. What's that? I don't know what that is. Boots, car boot sale, car boot fair. Is that? I think you're saying car boot fair. And played games. Here's my world. Have I ever been to a car boot sale? I don't know if I have. Yes, I think I have. I might have gone with my sister actually. Some time ago, I seem to remember going to a car boot sale. It's all there, isn't it? If you can be bothered. You see, I couldn't be asked to do anything like that. It's like putting stuff on eBay. Couldn't be bothered to go down the post office and post it off. I mean, I'm lucky. I don't need to sell stuff to live. Some people do, so they're forced to go down there. Or if you want to make a bit of money, you just put your thing on the eBay, don't you? Or if you've got a car full, go down a car boot. So I always remember when I was going to work, when I was working at Black Cap. This is going back 10 years ago now, and there used to be a car boot sale just over the Chiswick Bridge. I think it was at a girls' school, in the sort of field part of a girls' school, possibly Mayfair or Mayfield School. Can't remember. And I would be coming back from work at 4 a.m. in the morning, 3:34, and already there'd be this massive queue of cars waiting to get in the car park whenever that opened. I suppose probably something about 6 or 7 a.m. I would imagine on a Sunday morning. There'd be this massive queue going over Chiswick Bridge on the other side of the road of people waiting to go in. And I suppose it's all about getting a decent pitch. I mean, I don't know how it works, to be honest. I suppose if you're near to the front gate, you've got more chance of selling your crap, haven't you? And I say crap, but you can pick up some excellent things there that you can sell on eBay, little trinkets, if you know your stuff. And I don't. You know, like antiques and that sort of thing. You can find stuff in there, and you know, in your head, you know that's worth 200 quid. Oh, I don't know about this. My nephew's good at this. He's really good. Not necessarily antiques, but getting stuff for nothing. He's really good at it. Oh, he's got some balls. He has. I tell you, he can go around there. I don't know, buy whatever, a wardrobe. Look at the wardrobe and how much did you say? Oh, it's £10. Oh no, I think I'm going to leave it, mate. It's not quite what I want. Well, do you want to just take it? Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Go on, just take it if you want it. Well, all right then. Yeah, I'll take it off your hands. I'm sure I can find something to do with it. He's so good at it. I can't do that. I can't do that bantering and the what's it called? You know, trying to do a deal. I'm not too bad in a car place now, but when it comes to, like they say in certain countries, you know, when you go and buy something, you never pay the price what's on the label. You barter. Is it barter? Is that the word, barter? Sorry, I've got itchy ears. Funny enough, I've just been to the chemist. It's swimmer's ear. I get swimmer's ear, which makes my ears really itchy sometimes. And I've just got some more olive oil to poke in it. She said, have you got any olive oil at home? I said, well, I have, but knowing my luck, it'd be the stuff with chili in it. And you don't want to be putting that in your ear holes, do you? Hey? Yeah, so if you know what you're doing, you can find some wonderful things, I believe, at car boot sales. Do people do clothes there or not? You know, old clothes? I mean, they don't do pants and knickers, do they? Oh, no, dear. You don't want to be buying any second-hand pants. Unless, of course, you see a picture of the person who's recently worn them. If they're nice, I don't see a problem. You know, for example, let's have a little look up there. Yeah, Mark Bowles. You know, if I went to a car boot sale and I saw Mark Bowles, I would imagine he's a boxer short type person. If I saw his Mark Bowles and a little picture of him there, then I'd probably buy those. £10, £20, £100 even, you know. Even actually Rob Shaggy Kershaw as well, you know. I'd probably buy his as well, you know. Maybe not £10 for those ones. But, you know, depends. If it was someone like Keir Starmer, no, I don't think so, darling. Great big fat arse he's got. Who wants to wear his underwear? Get 3 people in there, love. Or 1 Gemma. Mark, it's horrendous going to boot fairs, but he wanted me to go, so we went to mooch around. Did you buy anything there at your boot fair? I always call it a car boot sale, but boot fair I assume is the same thing. Did you actually buy anything there? You get little toys and things like that, don't you? Did you get bikes? Bicycles? Did you get everything there at a boot fair? I did actually. Yeah, I went to, where was it now? Boston Market. That's it. That's one. My nephew took me there because I wanted to buy a bike. This is 4 years ago, just a normal bike, because it didn't have a bike up there. And he said, oh, you'll get one there for 30 or 40 quid. We didn't actually find one there. But about a week later, he rang me up and says, oh, I've got your bike. I said, where'd that come in? It was outside someone's house with bikes for sale. So I went in there and I think he paid 10 quid for it or 20 quid for something, a bike. Listen, you don't always need new stuff. I keep telling you this. You don't always need new stuff, right? If I need to buy a new computer now, that won't be new. Refurbished. We mentioned this the other week. Nothing wrong with refurbished stuff. Unless you're unlucky, you get a bad one. Luke said, hello to Luke. Sorry I'm late. Hope you're okay. He's got the carers in this week because his mum's in Venice. Oh, wow. And he's had spaghetti and tomato sauce. Did you make that yourself, or is that one of those little Marks and Spencer's things? Hey? Is it a Marks and Spencer's one? Spaghetti and tomato with basil. £3 or 3 for £12 or whatever it is now. I can't remember what it is now, is it? I think they're £3.50 or 3 for £9, if I remember rightly. They're all right. They're okay. Yeah, they are nice. Or the 4 cheese ravioli. That's nice, isn't it, eh? Or the vegetarian lasagna. Always pronounce the G. Who's this? Dean's there. Hello to Dean. Dean, who used to be one of our customers in a black cap. Hello to you, Dean. Welcome along to the show. There's Mark. Chris. No OPSs, he says. That's other people's people selling trainers with no laces, board games with no boards. Really? How can you buy a board game with no board? Really? Well, you could make it yourself. There you go. I think you've missed an opportunity there, Mark. Buy the board game with no board, and then you can sit there with your little boy and make your own board. Happy days. You've missed an opportunity there. That's a whole day, that is. Whole day's activities. And apart from that, if you do it at home, you won't have to buy any ice cream. Happy days. Save the pennies. Oh, dear. He says, pens with no lids. Throw the damn stuff away. What, pens with no lids? I think you're just being awkward now. Here's my new pens. I bought 3 off the Amazon. Look. Nice. Parker pens, dear. Parker pens. Parker pens. I think they were about £4 each. They're good. No lids on these, lovey. Look. Click, click. Luke, it was homemade tomato spaghetti made by my mum. So I thought you just said she was in Venice. My mum's in Venice, but she came back just to make a spaghetti. Is that right, Luke? Maybe. There's our lovely Glenda. Hello to Glenda, who says, "Come on, you know you love your Prime Minister Keir Starmer." Well, certainly not his underwear. Debs, would you buy second-hand underwear, Debs? Or maybe you do. I don't know if there's anything wrong with buying second-hand stuff. I seriously don't. When I was a little boy, my mum used to go to jumble sales, and we would have stuff there. She'd bring it home. Always had a funny smell. Not a bad smell, just a funny smell. And we would wash it, and that's it. We'd have a new jumper or new pair of shorts or something like that. Nothing wrong with it. It's Primark that killed jumble sales, you know. Generally at jumble sales, you know how clothes used to be. They would last for bleeding years. I've got to be honest. I've got 2 Marks and Spencers jumpers last year, and already one of them's got holes in the sleeves, and I'm not quite sure how that happened. Marks and Spencers. Here's a question for you. Why do you think I can't work out? You know these not scammers. What are they called now? The hackers. Hackers, right? Now, I doubt very much that I would be hacked. There's nothing here. You know, we're not like millions of pounds and stuff like that, and 22 people watching a show or whatever. You know, I'm of not an interest to hackers, right? To me, these hackers usually hear them attacking banks, don't you? Or large organisations who the hackers have deemed have got too much power. Microsoft. You never hear of them attacking Apple, do you? Never hear of Apple, and we've got a bit of a problem with hackers. Just doesn't happen. I don't know why. But Marks and Spencers, I don't get it. Reasonably well thought of place, Marks and Spencers. You rarely hear anyone complaining about them, you know. I don't get it. Why Marks and Spencers? And again, the Co-op. Why the Co-op? It's just used by bog standard people like me and you. You know, it's not like a rich person's place, although you would think it if you saw the bleating prices in the Co-op. It ain't cheap in there. Oh, I like the Co-op here. We've got nice staff there. There's a nice lad who works in. What's his name? Jack. Do you know Jack, Debs, who works in the Co-op? Do you ever go in the Co-op? And there's a lady in there. She's great, actually. She's a bit rough and ready. I love her very much. She's got grey curly hair. Love her. Always see her sitting outside the Market Tavern getting drunk. She's great. But Marks and Spencer's on a Co-op. And I'm struggling to understand why hackers would attack them. If it was a bank, you know, NatWest, Barclays, one of those, I would get that. Not so much the Nationwide. You never really hear anything bad about the Nationwide, do you? You know, that particular bank. I don't know why they would choose Marks and Spencer. That just does not make sense to me at all. Family-friendly store, generally used by older people. You know, not posh in any way, shape or form. They attacked Harrods as well, didn't they? I kind of get that one. Yeah, okay. Big shop, lots of posh people, big bank accounts. They've got all their details. I suppose I kind of get that. Marks and Spencers, it just doesn't make sense. Does it to you? Gary says, I think Marks and Spencers were originally a Jewish company. Were they? Well, that's neither here nor there, is it? I don't know anything about that. I don't get it. Mark says, I'm sure I can send some of my boxes through the post to you. Oh, okay. Excuse me a moment. I've just got to send my address to Mark Bowles. Mark, do you want me to pay the postage for that? If you could just let me know how much the postage is, and I'll do a bank transfer type. I hate doing bank transfers. Do you? I hate doing this. You get one number wrong, that's it. That's the thing with this stuff, isn't it? You get one number wrong, send it to the wrong person. That's it. That money's gone, mate. Can they get that back? No, because it was your fault. Oh, the tea's gone cold now, isn't it? I'll get another cup in before I go to the gym later. Gary Ross, what's this? The Plasticine zombies or a country oh, do you think so? One of those countries that hates us probably hack them. I don't know what all that hacking's about. I wouldn't have a clue what to do. I'm just about to turn the computer on here. Let's just scroll down there. Thank you, Merlin's. Merlin's title of Merlin's podcast is called Unpredictable Tales. A bit like this show. Unpredictable tales, as in not tales like what cats have got, tales as in stories. Okay. Anyway, nice to have Glenda along there. Let's have a look there. Rob says, for a second then I was expecting So I Say Thank You for the music, the songs I'm singing. Did you want me to do that? I can do that one as well if you want. So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Da-da-da-da-da. Thank for... I don't think that's a Maureen classic, that one. I don't think Maureen does that one. She does ABBA, Maureen. Always, if you ever go to a karaoke... Want to be popular? Just do an ABBA song. It's as easy as that. Don't do depressing ballads. No one likes them. No one likes them. Mark says you can always collect them in person. Oh, what, the shorts? Oh, well, let me know where to go then, Mark. Will I actually have to remove them from you, or will they be sort of ready on a table, sort of folded up nicely? Don't wash them, please. Thank you very much. Dean says, can I have a cup of tea? Gosh, you can make me a cup of tea if you want, Dean. When's the last time I saw you? About 25 years ago. You're only in Surrey. Anytime you want to meet up for a cup of tea, yeah. We can share stories of the last 25 years, what we've both been getting up to. All right. Luke, have you seen Paddington Bear in Peru? I thought it was brilliant. Do you know, I keep seeing it advertised. I'm sure I've seen it. I'm sure I have. Who can forget the wonderful little Paddington thing with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth one Christmas, 3 Christmases ago now? I still miss her. Queen Elizabeth. King Charles, he's doing all right, you know. I don't think he's very well. Charlie, I think he's just hanging on for as long as he can. I just get the, and I hope I'm wrong. I just get the impression that they're just delaying that one. I think the very beautiful Princess Kate, I think she's beaten that word that we don't like to use on this show. I think she's beaten it, but I just don't think he's beaten it. He's much older as well, and as you know, if you're a little bit older as well, you know, you get things. Oh God, it takes forever for these things to clear up, doesn't it? Forever. Those coughs I had that went on and on. Anyone here, I'm sure, many of you is sort of over 55, shall we say, and you get something and it just hangs on forever. It's awful. Right, let me just scroll there. There we go. Merlin, talking about Pontins, was having lunch at a place in Covent Garden with my new boss, and Sue Pollard was at the next table. She offered my boss a photo. He politely declined. Well, she just came over and says, oh, hello, I'm Sue Pollard. Would you like a photo with me? She's mad as a hatter. I bumped into her twice. Once in a nightclub called Turnmills. The night was called Trade. That's I don't know if I've still got the photo here, have I? Of me dancing at Trade with my top off. This is 25 years old now. I'm sure it's not on there now. That's probably gone now. And she was in there once, completely out of it. Same as the rest of us. Happy days. I can't believe how long ago that is now. It's like I was there dancing, bang, 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 and then I blinked and I'm sitting here in front of you tonight. Time is just so quick. So quick. And then the next time I bumped into her, it was in I was DJing somewhere. I was putting the cabaret on. I can't think if she was doing, I don't think she was the cabaret. She'd come to see someone else. And she came into the dressing room. I said, "Oh, you're Sue, aren't you?" She said, "Oh, that's right, darling." And she's just like she is on IDI. She's just the same. No character, unless she goes out and plays her character everywhere, which some people do. They are in character. I remember someone did Liza Minnelli 30 odd years ago. I was DJing at a place in Hammersmith, the Penny Farthing. And we had them, a tribute to Liza Minnelli. And she came in, she got dropped off, right? And she comes into the pub and immediately she's Liza Minnelli. She's not someone who's come in to do Liza Minnelli, goes into a dressing room, changes, comes out and Liza Minnelli and does the show. She was Liza Minnelli from the moment she walks in the door, from even the way she got out the car, because, you will watch who's coming in, don't you? So some people do that. Perhaps Sue Pollard is one of those people who's permanently in character when she's on show. Or I think it's probably likely she's just like that all the time. I'm assuming that anyway. I think I'm like this most of the time, to be honest. Sometimes at work, there's a lot to deal with. Whereas here, I can kind of, just concentrate there or there or there. And I'm not really perturbed by too much going on around me. But at work, you've got someone coming. People will always try and talk to me while there's like a singer on. And you can't hear them. I can't hear a word they're saying. Can't hear a word they're saying, Just send over a text and then it can get dealt with, or write it down on a bit of paper what you want. And then it's easy. I just cannot hear people while I'm trying to do the job. So it's a little bit different at work, but I try and be happy doing most things all the time. Where are we now? Dean says, "I'm still in the Conservatives and still campaigning for Surrey." Well, good luck with that. It's not going too well, is it, mate? Not going too well for the Tories at the moment. We'll see what happens. Steve Murray's there. Evening, Steve. Oh, it's been a while. The delightful Steve Murray. He used to come along to the karaoke. Nice lad. He says, "Evening, Chris. I love our royal family too." I do. Honestly, everything about them. What? I see Harry was on the telly again the other night. He's got issues, hasn't he? He's been controlled by the woman. I really do. I've seen this so many times. It happened to me as well at one point. They almost. I don't know if you can blame them, really. Can you blame the woman? They kind of try and turn you against your own parents and that sort of thing. You kind of go under the thumb, don't you? I don't know why that happens. I really don't. But there's Harry, that little Beckham boy. What's his name? Is it Romeo, the one that got married to the girl in America, to a very rich family? He seems to have turned, or the papers say he's turned on his mum and dad or whatever, or he's just not answering calls. Yeah. All under the thumb, mate. All under the thumb. I'm sure it works the other way round as well, Daughters who go under the thumb of a more alpha male types. Oh, and I can't bear them, alpha males. You get them in the gym sometimes. Actually, not many, but you do get them in the gym. There's one bloke up there who wears these really tiny black shorts. All the girls hate him. They hate his guts. He makes they make that noise as they're lifting things. Oh, please do us a favour. Just shut up and lift it. Yeah, we did have a laugh in the Black Cap. It was a great place to work. 18 years there. I'm not saying the whole 18 years were good, because they weren't. We'll say the first 12 years were good there, and then I just hung on because the wages were good. I was only there for the money after that, really. And it was after the 12 years, I looked at it as just a job. People go to Tesco's, they do their job, they get paid, they come up, and they hate the job. It got a bit like that, to be honest. Luke, are there some karaoke songs you just can't get? I don't know, really. I can make karaoke songs. It's a bit of a laborious process, actually. I'll get the backing track, and then I'll put that on some video software, and then I'll add the words manually. I mean, it's not great, but it's better than nothing, and I have done that for people before. Actually, there are a couple on my YouTube channel there. I think there's Him, Him, by Sarah Brightman. I put that one together. The Goblin Song from Doctor Who. That was another one I did. And what was that Israeli song contest one? Light a Candle. Light a candle with me. 1,000 candles in the dark. I love that song. Will open up your heart. I'd like to go to Israel again. I loved it there. I've been twice. Go around and do all the Jesus things, you know, and all, and see what else there is. They've got a lovely, in Tel Aviv, they've got the most wonderful promenade there. All goes all along. You get these electric. It's when I first saw electric bikes, really, to be honest, in Tel Aviv. They were very popular. They're popular here now. We never had them. Well, we had them, but no one used to buy them. In Tel Aviv, they were buzzing up and down this promenade there. Luke, who is it now? Paul says, Dean says he was never drunk. I can't remember, actually, whether you were drunk or not. I don't know. Don't worry me, really, drunk people, you know. Anyway, Merlin, next time I see you, you can have a photo done with me if you want to, you know. No problem at all. No charge for you. What were you being a friend and all that, mate? Okay. Roy, Mayfield School. That was, was by Wandsworth. Oh, it can't have been Chiswick then. It's Chiswick Community School after the Hogarth roundabout. Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, you know more than me. I'm just trying to think, where was Mayfield School then? It was known for the home for unmarried mothers. A lot of teenage pregnancies, isn't it? You know, whatever. Let me just scroll there. Sorry, I told you before, can't keep up with the chat box, all right? Send it on a text if you really want it to get through. Text number up there, 07451 287 337. Rob, Marks and Spencer's money, they sell the data of customers' details, do they? I don't really know. I don't know. Merlin says, gone are the days when Marks and Spencer's clothing is good quality. Yeah, you kind of still associate Marks and Spencer's with good quality clothes, don't you? But I have to say, the two jumpers I bought, rather disappointed. They were quite thin ones. I do have some thicker ones that my mate bought me, not last Christmas. I think it was the Christmas before, and we were in there getting Christmas presents. And I came across these thick jumpers, and I picked her up. He says, you buying those? I said, well, yeah. He said, I'll get them for you for Christmas. Oh, okay. Another about 40 quid each. I've still got those. They're really good. Ever so warm. Really nice. I've not seen them in there this year. I actually went back a few weeks later because they did one with like a red fleck in, and they'd completely sold out, but I haven't seen them in there at all this year. Nice thick things on there. Boshi has seen Paddington 3. Better than Snow White and the gender fluid dwarfs. Well, I've seen Snow White and I thought it was all right, I'll be honest with you. What destroyed the new version of Snow White was the mouthy cow who was playing Snow White. She was all right as an actress. She was all right, I thought. She weren't that bad, but she kept mouthing off everywhere in all the interviews. She's the reason that film flopped. I'm convinced of that. It wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. As an actress, she was pretty good. My favourite character, as always, the evil queen. You know, she was my favourite character. She played Snow White okay. But then when she's going on and doing these interviews and her little TikTok videos and all that, all she was doing was just doing women's rights and this, that and the other. And what is it? The worst thing she said was when she said the original film was a bit creepy, you know, with the prince. He was kind of following her everywhere, and that was all a little bit creepy. And I thought, you what? Silly cow. She's the reason that film flopped, I'm sure. You know, just go on the telly, man or whatever, you're a man or a woman or whatever. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Tranny, fine. Don't care, right? Whatever you are. Just go on there, do your acting, take the money and shut your mouth. What's the problem? No, they've all got to have opinions now, haven't they? Like these people doing BBC News, some of them. Naga Manchetti, there's someone I can't stand. Can't bear her. And Jeremy Vine. He stopped doing his cycling videos, hasn't he? Have you heard about that? No, because he's got so much hate mail coming through, he stopped doing them. Cycling videos. He's a real idiot. He's a talk about someone who wants to die. The way he cycles, for example, going along a straight road, you're as a bike, you're on the left hand side. Car comes past you and decides it's going to turn left. Now, as the cyclist, you have right of way. Okay? Car's turning left. Now, is that car going to turn left? Because if I'm on my bike and there's a car up a front and it's indicating left, I'll slow down a bit, right? Because if it does and it knocks you off, not a bad chance of you dying there and then. It is the car's fault. Yes, you're quite correct. It's the car's fault. But still, as our friend Ashley Neal says on his excellent YouTube channel, Ashley Neal, he says, you can make that a non-event by simply slowing down and waiting to see what that car's going to do. Not Jeremy Vine. He sees the car indicator and he starts shooting. No. He speeds up. What an idiot. What a complete and utter idiot. Him and Cycling Mickey, two of the most ridiculous people ever. That's fine. You know, if you want to be right and die, that's up to you. That's up to you. Roy Mayfield up from Wandsworth, one-way system. I'm trying to... I've got it. It's up West Hill, isn't it? I think it's Mayfield School. If you are coming on the A3, you come along and there's some lights and then it's a sharp right to Wandsworth Town. I think just before the lights on the left is Mayfield School. Am I right? I think that's it. Merlin, Tel Aviv is a stunning location. Enjoyed my time on the beach. People friendly. No hassle. Yeah, you don't get any hassle. That's the thing in Tel Aviv. On the beach. There's no one coming up to you trying to sell you dodgy stuff. Not like Egypt. Have you seen some of the Egypt pyramid videos where people have gone there, you know, like holiday vloggers and people like that? They go to Egypt. Oh, God, the people following you all the time, trying to sell you crap and give you camel rides. I don't want to ride on a camel, thank you very much. Give me the hump. Horrible. Too much singing in Snow White. No, can't agree with that. I thought the singing was lovely. Especially Whistle While You Work. I quite like the new version of that. There was a couple of new songs in it. Am I right in thinking they extended some of the songs that we're all used to? I thought it was good. There. Good. Alrighty, let's have a look there. Are we up on messages? Good God, have we managed to keep up on that today? I do not know. Well done. Well, I've recently had a night away with my mate. It was his 52nd birthday on Wednesday. But unfortunately, he ended up in hospital. It was the weird thing. On Monday, we were due to spend a night at at Coworth Park in Ascot. I haven't got any photos to show you. I did do a video, which you can find here. I'm sure most of you have watched it already. It's about 15 minutes long. So we took the mobile phone along with us, as usual, and did a short video of our time there. And on the Monday, after I went swimming, I think I picked him up from his house about 12 o'clock. First of all, we went for a meal at the Belvedere Arms, which is on the way there. But he didn't know where we were going. Right? We've been to Coworth Park quite a few times for afternoon tea, although not for about 4 or 5 years now. It's the most beautiful place. It really is. And price-wise, it's about a third of the price that you pay to stay at Claridge's. Anyway, Belvedere Arms first. And we went there because he said, well, I've got a voucher here for the Belvedere Arms, 2 for 1. Do you want me to use it? I said, well, it's up to you, or we can have a dinner in the hotel. I said, well, we'll use that, he said. Okay, that's fine. So we went there. Of course, as always, there's an issue. You know, there's always a bloody issue when he's doing something. And for some reason, the voucher wasn't working, and actually he wasn't too bad. Usually, he'd just sit there and row and row and row. And I'm just like, let me just pay the money. No, why should you pay the? Oh, I'll just pay the money. I can't be arsed with all this shit. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I don't mean to swear like that. I just can't be arsed with it. I'd just rather pay the money and be done with it. Anyway, eventually we did that. We got back in the car. Actually, to get into the pub, you had to cross this little wooden bridge. I'm not being funny. I leaned on the wooden handlebars, and this whole thing was moving. I thought, oh my God, we're going to fall in a minute. Came back in there, and we got in the car, and I looked on the app, and the hotel was like 3 minutes away. Now, when I say hotel, not just hotel and loads of grounds around it. All right. So I got in the car, fired up the app. I'm not quite sure exactly where it is. 3 minutes drive. Oh, fantastic, right? You ready then? Yeah, okay, come on, in the car we go. We haven't got to go too far. Well, how far is it? Well, it's not too far. I don't want to give the game away, mate. Anyway, so we got in the car, turned left, and we're driving along, and the signs, there's the entrance sign. All right, and he looked over at the sign. He didn't say anything. And at that moment, I looked in my mirror. There was nothing behind me in the rear view mirror. I still had the old car at the time, incidentally. So if I get to the sign, then I put my foot down a bit. Right, I sped up, and he must have thought at that point, oh, well, it's not going to be there. As we got there, I slammed on the brakes and quickly turned right. And he said, you're joking. He said, is it it? And he said, yeah, tears in his eyes. He was so pleased. So pleased. I like doing that sort of stuff for people, giving them like experiences. And as we drove through the beautiful grounds, and we got to the door, and the doorman come out and say, oh, good afternoon, sir. Do you want us to park the car? I said, that's all right. Car park's only over there. He said, just open your boot and we'll take the bags for you. I said, you go inside, because he had a bit of trouble walking sometimes, my mate. And we checked in, and I parked the car, and I walked back through the grounds. It's just beautiful. Look it up, Coworth Park. As I say, I expect some of you have seen the video that we made there. And we got in and sat down and said, well, it's your birthday, so we'd like to wish you a happy birthday, mister. And as it's your birthday, we've upgraded your room. We'd never even stayed there before. It was quiet, and we knew it was quiet because of the price I got it for. It was obviously a quiet period. So I upgraded us from one of the barn rooms, which you have to walk out a little bit. It's lovely, the barn rooms, to a room in the mansion house, which was on the first floor. Oh, and so she took us up there. Oh, my God, the view from there. We could see everything from the windows. Stunning view, beautiful room, very big. Not quite on the same class as the Claridge's room, to be fair, but still, no complaints at all. They'd given him like a small bottle of champagne. There was a little bit of birthday cake on the table, and a welcoming letter to me as the booker. We're very delighted to welcome you to Coworth. You get that in all those nice hotels and all that. And so that was it. And we had a little bit of a walk around, I think. Then we had a little afternoon, because he has afternoon naps as well, afternoon nap. And then when we got up, he had to go back to his house to feed the cats, which wasn't a problem. It's only half an hour away. So we went back to his house to feed the cats. I had to come back here to sign a form to get my new car, because, it's one of those, those shared documents things, where you can do that and you click things. Well, for some reason, I couldn't get it to work on my phone. So I came back here, turned the computer on and done it all like that. And signed my stuff and clicked that, and off it went. And then we went back to the hotel, and blow me down, there's a lady in there playing the piano in the drawing room, which was just lovely. We felt a bit sorry for her, because, of course, everyone was sitting out the front. You know what the weather was like last Sunday? It was beautiful. Beautiful weather last Sunday and Monday as well. So this Monday night, we're sitting out the front, and we didn't see her playing the piano. We were outside. Well, that's nice music. Is that coming through the speakers? And he said, no, it's coming out of there. And we went in there, and there she is, all on her own, playing the piano and singing. Her name was Anita. And so he picked up his drink, and I picked up my tea, because I don't drink. He got permission to bring his bottle of champagne down, which they took off him and put them on ice for him, you know. And we sat there and just listened to her playing the piano. It was about 10:15. We was in there 45 minutes. She would stop now and again. She was ever so nice to talk to. She's been there 15 years. She drives down from Nottingham or Northampton, one of the two, about an hour and a half away, she says. I said, well, that's a long way to drive. And then I realised it takes me longer than that to drive from here to King's Cross on a Friday and Saturday. Oh, yes, a minimum of an hour and 45 minutes for me to get to work. Sometimes 2 hours. That's just how it is, you know. Traffic is terrible now. So we did that, and then we went to bed, watched a bit of telly, went to bed, and used the shower. The shower was lovely, and the bathroom in the morning. Had a lovely breakfast there, all included in this particular price. Well, I got charged an extra £12 for baked beans. Apparently, I had an extra thing. That's okay. I'm not bothered by that. You know, it's just how it is. So we had a breakfast. Then we went for a little bit of a walk around. And then after that, we vacated the room and we went over to use the most beautiful swimming pool. They are doing some work around there. You know, they're extending things and doing stuff, which they told us about on the phone, and that's fine. But we went in this swimming pool. All the towels are laid out nicely. He thought the water was cold. I didn't think it was that cold. But whatever swimming pool we get into, he's bloody cold. He's permanently cold. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if he's got the heating on tonight. I haven't got the heating on here. So we did that and had the pool, and then we came out, and there's a little pond in front of the pool, and there are these two adult swans there. Oh, it's just beautiful. And you've got to be a bit careful with swans, haven't you? You know, that they can be a bit funny. But he walked over, and this swan was kind of just to the side of a bench, which had been made out of a log. You know, not like a bench that you've come out of a factory. Someone had got a log and made a bench out of it by cutting bits, and beautiful. So he very slowly went over, and I said, oh, you sure you want to go near that swan? He said, oh, that'd be all right. And he walked very, very slowly on, talking to the swan, actually. And this thing didn't move. It kind of looked up and looked around. No hissing, nothing. And he just sat there. He sat next to this swan. And do you know what? I'm going to get a picture up for you. I'll just have to save it first. I've got to show you this picture of him right next to this swan. And it wasn't bothered at all by it. But I found that with him, with animals. I think he should have done... Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to find this damn thing now. Actually, maybe it's already here, is it? Hang on. Downloads. Oh, there it is. Yeah. You'll be able to see how close he was to this swan. Just pull that in there for you. Broadcast videos. Right, hang on. Add swan. Bum, 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 bum. Where are you? I always find it a bit odd, you know, when you're doing a talk show and you go silent for a while. I think it confuses people. I live my life in confusion, actually, to be honest. Transform. Well, I fit the screen. Oh, why is that not working? Hang on. Something's not working here. Let's try it again. Hang on. Try that again. It's quiet tonight in here, isn't it? Dead quiet. Next Sunday, I'm hoping to do a show for you next Sunday. It will be coming from the caravan, though. Okay, next Sunday. So it'll probably look a bit different. Transform. Is it going to work now or not? All right, hang on a minute. Excuse me a moment. All right, Ron. Hello, love. I'm just doing my show. Actually, I've just got the picture up of you and the swan, funnily enough. You and the swan. You and the swan. Did the swan, dear? Yes? I've got the picture of you and the swan. I'm ringing about half an hour, all right? Is everything all right? Oh, okay. I'll ring in about half hour. Okay. Bye, love. Bye. Yeah, that's funny. He's ringing while I'm showing the picture. There you are. Look how close he is. And that swan was just not bothered about him at all. Funny, isn't it? So there we are. And from there, we checked out. They all said goodbye to us. Please come again, sort of thing. And we said thank you very much. They really looked after us there. And came home. We were home in half an hour. Happy days. So that was my little night away. Do you ever go on little nights away anywhere, I wonder? Where do you go? Or days out, I know. Boshy says swans are protected by the Queen. That's right, yeah. They're all owned by the Queen, aren't they? Those swans and all that. Beautiful. Should have had a few in Snow White. No, Swan Lake, isn't it? La 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 la. You've had a lot of music today. I'm surprised the copyright police aren't out there. Do you ever go away for a night somewhere or something like that? I know some people, they go to another country for the day. And I wonder if you ever do that. Do you ever go to another country for a day? I think we used to do it at school, didn't we? Used to go to Boulogne or Calais for the day. I don't think I could do that. I find it very tiring, especially if you're like me and you have a bit of a sleep in the afternoon. Where else? What other country could you go for a day? I mean, probably France is the only place. Deborah does. Where do you go, Deb? Go to another country just for one day. Where would you go? And how would you do that? I mean, to be fair, you can be in France in 45 minutes on a plane, can't you? Don't include Wales or Scotland, it's part of the UK. But leaving our beautiful island, could you go to sort of, I don't know, Croatia for the day? Something like that. Oh, we've had a tip come in, boys and girls. We've had a tip come in. Hang on, where's my tip noise? There it is. Oh, hang on. Where's my tip noise? Hang on, where is it? Here it is. Thank you very much. Gary Ross has sent me a little tip tonight. Thank you, Gary. You're very kind. Very kind. I might be able to afford to eat now. Yes. Thank you, Gary. You want to send us a tip? You can do, gang. Use my PayPal. There you go. It's really easy. Just type that into the chat. No one to send one. They never send it when I put that up there. It's just random. It's quite nice to have a little surprise now and again and see my phone flash with Gary Ross sending a £10, possibly as an apology. I don't know, Gary. But there we are. It's all right. Mistakes happen. We've moved on, Gary. Don't worry about it again, okay? Deborah went to Paris and then... Where's Giverny? Oh, Germany? Germany? Wow, she went to Paris for the day. You see, Deborah was saying to me the other day, we should go to Bucklesham Bay, which is somewhere where she knows Bucklesham Bay, which of course is where I used to go as a child on many, many holidays there. It was lovely. The problem is, Debs, I am used to going for a sleep in the afternoon, and that's why I tend not to do days away like that. I mean, you're probably used to it. Ever since I was about 23, I've slept for 2 hours in the afternoon and I cannot get out of there. I become a right miserable bastard about 3 o'clock. Ask my sister. Not quite as miserable as she is most of the time, but Boshy sent me £1. Thank you, Boshy. You get a little jingle as well. Thank you, Boshy, on the YouTube there. Oh, incidentally, talking to YouTube, I got a payment. 60 quid. Thank you very much. I get about one of those every year. Happy days. 60 quid. Not a small amount, dear. And no, Debs, the teas are not on me next week at the church, love. I'm not there next week. I'm up at the caravan next week, okay? Right, hang on. Let's see what she's saying. Deborah, Madrid for the day. Oh, really? Rome for the day. Seriously, you go there for one day? Blimey. Oh, you've got so much life. Giverny, Munnet's house and garden. I don't know what that is, Giverny. She reckons I should sleep on the beach with one of those handkerchiefs on my head with the 4 knots, eh? Thank you, Boshy. 2 tips tonight. It's too much. Dean says, hang on, let me put your name in here, Dean, so I know it's you. There you go. That'll always come up now. Dean, there we go. Add contact. You should go to Belmont House in Englefield Green. What's that then? Why don't I know about that? Belmont House. Oh. Is it a hotel or just a visit? Oh, let's have a look at that. Oh, that looks... Oh, it looks quite new. Is it a new place or have they... Garden are open. Small area remains inaccessible. Structural support. The Bug Hotel pathway. Please do not attempt to enter these areas. Ooh. Wow. Okay. I don't know anything about that. Belmont House. I've never knew it existed. I've been to Savile Gardens in sort of where that's Englefield Green, isn't it? Nearly there, Englefield Green. That's quite nice there. Isn't it funny these different things? It is a hotel, is it, Dean? Thank you. I'm just going to save that and have a look at that later. Might go there. Yeah. Yeah, we like to go away. So you don't have to travel for hours to go away anywhere. There's generally places that are quite close by, like where Coworth Park is. There we are. Boss says, when I get some more money, I'll send more. No, you don't need to send money. Don't be sending money if you're short of money, mate. God's sake, I don't expect anyone to send anything. But the point is, sometimes people say, oh, could you put your PayPal up? We'd like to send something. And, yeah, you know, and that's fine as well. Giverny, is it? Giverny, not Give Ernie. Oh, sorry, Debs. Giverny. Thank you very much, darling. What's the time? 15:15. Right, so we're talking different places to go. Now, Spain. Last time I was in Spain, I was in Benidorm, 1983, for my honeymoon, believe it or not. Not been to Spain since. But people are having a little bit of trouble in Spain, aren't they? And people don't want you to go. I'm just trying to find where thing here. There was a story there in the Daily Mail a couple of weeks ago. Is there somewhere like Spain that you could go to where they actually still like us? Where would you recommend? I'm thinking in January next year. I've decided after going to Florida this year that every January I will go somewhere for a bit of warmth for a week or two. Or maybe 2 split weeks. One in January, one in February. Because I get so pissed off with the cold here. I hate it. Really hate it. And although when we went to Florida, we were a bit unlucky and we had 3 days of really cold, unusual weather there. Not Bracklesham, not in January and February, Debs. I wonder what it's like in some of these seasides. I have been in Skegness in wintertime. Oh, look who's trying to call now. Look, Debs. Look, it's Sheila. Hang on a minute. Oh, we're very busy on the phone today. Hello. Sheila, I'm just doing my show. Can I call you in about 40 minutes? All right, love. Thanks, Sheila. Bye, love. Bye. Yeah. Alternatives to Spain, because they don't seem to like us there anymore. Honestly, I'm not being funny. These people will soon miss it when we all stop going there. They won't have the cash coming in. I mean, not everyone is like the bleeding louts that go on Ryanair, are they? Louts, dear. Some people are sort of reasonable and they stay away from trouble, like me. We don't like trouble when we're out. Load of people pissed out their heads, roaming the streets. I mean, that's for Ibiza and that place in Turkey. Aya something or other. Aya Napa. My nephew went there when he was 18. He fell asleep with a melon on his lap. It's the only thing he pulled there all week. Melon. The story says, as a new wave of protests are already erupting across Europe's tourism hotspots, British holidaymakers are being warned of another summer of chaos. Anti-tourism activists in Tenerife torched and smashed up the windows of hire cars at a resort just last month, while slogans reading "Tourists go home" are spray painted across walls in Athens, in Greece. But while the likes of Spain, Italy and Greece are giving British tourists the boot, there is one small Mediterranean island not too far away that is welcoming them with open arms. And that place is Malta. Now, I've been interested in Malta, haven't been yet. Apparently they have. I like visiting churches. I love going in churches. You'll never go in a church that's the same. It's not like McDonald's. Everywhere, it doesn't matter. Same plastic chairs, same second-rate food, same chance you get of getting fat wherever you go, or fatter in my case. You know, every single church you go to is completely different. It might be ultra modern and it might be really old. One particular church a cathedral I want to go and see is Cologne in Germany. I've never been to Germany. I'd like to go into one there. Now, Malta is full of them. Full of churches. As well as beaches and stuff like that. Don't know a lot about Malta, but they like us. Just 17 miles long, 9 miles wide, the tiny island of Malta is urging British people to ditch the country, shooing them away, and instead visit their mini paradise, as locals say, the more the better. They want the money. And if we're prepared to spend it, why not go there? Okay, you don't want us. Bye. We won't come there. They will miss that money when we stop going. I'm telling you that now. It says, a wander around any corner of Malta quickly reveals just how fondly the Maltese embrace British culture. The aptly named tourist street on the island of St. Paul's Bay area is lined with rows of British-themed pubs from Diana's to the Red Lion. Now, pubs? Nah. I'm not really a pub person. I might be a quiet pub person, but rowdy people, and they're not always young. There is one group of people that's worse than young people pissed, and that is the middle-aged lot. Oh, my Lord. Those in their 40s, 45, 50 years old, pissed out their heads. Awful. They're worse than the youngsters. Absolutely worse. And they're all entitled, aren't they? Especially the wives. Very, very entitled. Not for me. It says, there aren't just tourist traps marked for Brits abroad. They are enjoyed by holidaymakers, expats and Maltese locals alike. That's these pints. The pints are as cheap as £2.75, so it's €3.20. Elsewhere, in the capital of Valletta, a tall statue of Queen Victoria reigns supreme in the Republic Square. So is there anywhere you can suggest, sort of for me to go? January. I don't know what's the weather like in January in Malta. Hang on. Malta weather January. There you go, 16 degrees. 16 degrees, it's not massively hot, but it's probably warmer than the 3 or 4 degrees that we're going to get here, so not too bad. I probably need a jumper on, but do you see what I mean? They get some time in the sunshine. Is Malta warmer in January? It says winter in Malta is mild, making it a popular choice to escape the cold weather for some winter sun. There you go. December temperatures around 17, January and February 15, 16. So not freezing cold, but probably cold enough to put a jumper on. Like I say, this year we went to Florida. Me and my mate went to Florida and we had a lovely time there. Once it warmed up, we had 3 days of really cold weather. It was very, very unusual to have that there. And then we were sort of, 24, 25 degrees, which was perfect. 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Lovely. Lovely. Don't forget that text number if you want to get something straight to me, 07451 287 337. Okay. Any other suggestions of places? Let's have a little look there. Boshy, Benidorm, Blackpool in the sun. I saw Sticky Vicky there in the Joker's Bar. I know all about her. She died, didn't she? Hasn't her daughter taken on that role of doing those shows? Deborah says Barbados. I've been there, Debs. Been there. That was all right. I find it a lot of rubbish everywhere in the fields. I went there with my mate Steve. 1996 maybe. I think 96 or 99 we went there. That was all right. Gary Ross, Cyprus. I've been there. Lovely place. Greece or Malta. Let's see, saying Malta there. Has anyone been to Malta on here? Roy, Slovenia, Romania, Hungary and Poland. The Eastern European countries are supposed to be really nice. Croatia I've heard of as well. A lot of people go to Croatia. You know. Romania. Gary would love to go to Romania. Actually, the girl who sold me the new car is from Romania. Her name was Irina. Ever so nice. Not pushy at all. So we got the new car. Do you want to see a quick picture? There you go. That's not actually it, to be honest. Okay, that is not the new car. Hang on, let's see if I can move it up a bit for you. Is that all of it? I can't do it now. Hang on. Let me see if I can. It's not quite there, is it? Hang on. There you go. That's the new car. That's not the actual car. I've got one of those now. It's nice, isn't it? It's cheaper. Cheaper than the last one per month by about 60 quid. Happy days. It's a bit smaller than the last one, but very happy with that. It's a good looking car. Drives nicely. Drives nicely. It's not madly fast. There you go. Debbie says, I'm going to Athens. I've not been to Greece at all. My sister's been to Greece. I can't remember what part, though. There we are. Roy is suggesting Malta at Gozo. Where's Gozo? I don't know where that is. Gozo. There you are. Gary, I said Malta. Loads of history. World War II. It was under siege there. Gary Roster. Do you not drink, Gary? Is that right? Gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you didn't drink. Deborah, Cape Verde. Where's that? Cape Verde. Hang on, let me look. Cape Verde. Oh, hang on. Verde. Cape Verde. Where is that? I don't know where that is. Cape Verde. Oh. What country? That's not a country, is it? Is it a place? Oh, it's Africa. Oh, that'd be miles away. Oh, 8 hours. Come on, Debs. We know we'll do 8 hours on a plane. 3 hours, maybe. Dubai. You know what, Boshy? Dubai, Saudi, none of those countries appeal to me at all. I don't know why. I just see it as a desert. Loads of sand. You know, blowing around all the time. I know a lot of people go to Dubai and do shopping there. I don't know why. It just does not appeal to me at all. My mate used to love Dubai. I think he went several times with his other half, Andy, when he was with him. But it's never, ever appealed to me, Dubai. No. It's one of them places you get your head cut off if you do something naughty, innit? And I'm a very naughty person. Ask Debs, she'll tell you. Yeah, it was her daughter that took over that little show, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, perhaps I could do a little show like that, like Sticky Vicky did. I could do a little show like that. We could make that a new night at Central Station. Gozo is next to Bozo. I don't know where these places are. Bosch has been to Dubai twice, America twice, Middle East and Holland. There we go. Look. Wow. Luke. He went on a Hawaiian cruise. Wow. That's supposed to be really expensive, Hawaii, isn't it? He says it was a wonderful long time ago now. 2011. It was worth the plane journey. Oh, I'm sure it was, you know. I'm sure it was. But, you know, for a short break, 7 days, say 7 days, I don't want to be on a bleeding plane for like 8 hours for that. It's like these people to go to Australia for a week. It takes you 2 days to recover from that journey, doesn't it? Excuse me. Gosh. Oh, that hotel's just been built, the Belmont House one, has it, Dean? Thanks. I didn't know that. Yeah, I've never heard of that one before. Anyway, thanks for your suggestions. I think I might look at Malta and another place where my sister went. She's been a Future Ventura, something like that. That's not far. You can hire a car there for like £12 a day there. It looks like quite compact. If you want something, you see, I don't really do nothing holidays. Maybe I should try that. I know there's a lot of people, they go on holiday to bleeding Torremolinos or somewhere like that, somewhere awful like that. They go up to their room, they throw off all their clothes, dump their bags, and they sit immediately around the pool, get pissed, and get sunburnt. That doesn't appeal to me at all. Where on earth are these places? Future Ventura, Debbie says. Where's that Coralejo? I don't know any of these places. Portugal, that's a nice place, is it? Portugal, says Gary. And thank you for your suggestions. Mark Bowles, Tacky Jackie. Is that what she's called? Tacky Jackie. All right. Well, there's your Madeira. Yeah? Isn't that Spain, Madeira? They do a lovely cake there, don't they? Sometimes you can get one in Sainsbury's. Do you cook cakes, Debbie? Do you do cooking? Deb, I really like apple pie. That's all I'm saying. Not the apple pie like you get from the shop, you know, with about one slice of apple in it and the rest pastry. Big, thick apple pie. Come on, girl. Get that oven on. Get your oven on, girl. Thank you very much. Looking forward to an apple pie. Oh, you can bring that in on the next time I'm playing the organ on May the 18th. We'll have one or two Mary hymns as well. I was surprised John didn't play any Mary hymns today because it is May. So we will have How Queen of Heaven and probably Immaculate Mary for the communion. Ow, we don't know the hymns. She's making a citrus polenta cake. What is that? Do you know How Queen of Heaven? That's nice, that one. It was like a little blast. Do you want a little blast? All right, then hang on a minute. Would that be okay for me to do that? Or will we get a copyright thing? No, I better not. Hail, Queen of Heaven, the ocean star, guide of the sinners, pray for... That one. We'll do that one. You know. Virgin most pure, star of the sea, pray for thee, pray for me. Loud, dear, loud. Thank you, Dean sent me some pictures. Have you? Let's have a little look at those. What are they of, Dean? Let's have a look at what pictures he sent me. Nope, nothing. Oh, there we are. Dean's pictures. Is that a conference that you're at, Dean? Oh, right, okay. Is that the hotel? Oh, it looks a bit modern, doesn't it? Not much there, is there? See, this is the thing, like with like, you know, the ones in the Claridge's in London. There's just so much stuff there to look at. It's not just going in there and a bed. It's a whole experience, that business. Deborah only does loud. I'm glad to hear that, my love. Roy, go Ryanair to... Are you taking the piss, Roy? Go Ryanair? Do I look like a Ryanair customer? Don't make me get angry. Don't make me use my radio voice. You seem to forget the bloke that's working the sound and lights when you sing, lovey, at the karaoke. Just saying. Just saying. Go Ryanair to Nice. Different demographic of people on that flight. Oh, no, I'm not going on a Ryanair plane. That man is not getting any money out of me. Cab to Monaco, lunch and stroll, then back to Blighty. Really? Does anyone else fly to Nice? I'll have a look. Day trip to Nice. I'll have a look at it. I'll look it up. I'll write that down. Roy knows all these things, doesn't he? Eh? Right. What else have we got here? Now I discovered this on the telly this week. Now, I expect one or two of you have got scam calls from banks. How good are you at realising that as a matter of interest? Or have you gone along with it and maybe given out your details, then put the phone down and thought, oh, should I have given out those details? It happens all the time. Right? And no bank will ever send you out, ring you up and ask for passwords and all that. Now, on a similar thing, I was shocked to hear this morning that people had been getting emails from Father Danny. This was announced in the church this morning. And the email, I haven't had one, basically said, "Hello, it's Father Danny here. I'm in a bit of trouble. Can you send me some money?" I mean, can you believe it? These people have no morals whatsoever. And Aidan, who's the deacon at church, he was saying, if you've getting any of these, don't open it, just delete it. The title was, "Hi, it's Father Danny. I'm in trouble. Can you send some money?" I was really shocked. That's the first time I've heard of it being done in a church or something like that. But more likely, you'll probably at some point get someone from a bank or saying they're from a bank calling you up and saying, "Oh, there's a little bit of trouble on your bank account." You may remember that. It's very funny, actually. The comedy programme on Channel 4. Was it Hijack or something like that? I can't remember what it was now. And it was this bloke pretending to be a bank clerk with a Nigerian accent and talking to people on the phone. I can't remember what the programme was. Channel 4. God, that must be about 15 years ago. Very, very funny. But it's not funny, of course, if you're getting scammed and you get caught. What can you do? So, number one, anyone rings up and says, "Oh, hello, it's Barclays Bank here," or, I mean, one of the giveaways is, usually it's not the bank you're at anyway. Did they actually say the title? Do they say it's Barclays Bank or say, "Oh, it's your bank here"? Because if they say Barclays, well, it's pretty obvious if you haven't got a Barclays account that it's not yours, isn't it? You know? Oh, hang on a minute. This is my friend Richard texting here. People are using my favourite. Oh, who's that there? Oh, I've seen that. I don't dare show you that. I hope you don't expect me to show that to people, Richard. Honestly, the stuff that comes through on this phone, dear. It's not rude. It's not appropriate. not for worldwide broadcasts like I'm doing now. Facejacker, thank you, Gary. That was it. Facejacker, hilarious. My favourite one was Timmy Tibbs, who used to sell the cars. That was my favourite. I think he played an Italian bloke selling cars. Was it Timmy Tibbs or something like that? Very funny. Anyway, so if you get a call from the bank, so we just need some details for you, phone down. Okay? Don't enter into communication. Don't start arguing with them. Phone down. I'm really good at that. Oh, you are you? Phone down. Or don't even answer. "Oh, hello, it's your bank here." Phone down. Don't enter into any conversation with them. They probably won't ring back after that. My sister can't do that. I've had this discussion with her. She says it's rude. It's rude to take £50 out of your account, love. Do not talk to these people on the phone. And if you really want, then you pick up your... People ain't got checkbox. Your credit card. There will be a phone number on there. Ring that number. "Hello, it's Mrs. Tibbs here." Terry's wife. "It's Mrs. Tibbs here. I've just got a phone call from you asking me for some information. Could you tell me if it was you or not?" And then that's it. Now listen, if you're using a mobile, that's not really a problem. If you're losing a home phone, this is really, really important. I might be saving you some money here, right? If they have called you on your home phone and you've put the phone down, before you pick it up to ring the number, pick it up and listen for the dial tone, because they may still be hanging. It's so easy just to pick and not listen. Listen for the dial tone first. Okay? Or even better, use your mobile phone to ring them, because you can't hold on to a call on your mobile phone. Once they've gone, then it's gone, right? On a home phone, although that will probably change when we all switch to digital at some point soon. All right? Call the number on your card. If you can't do that, there's a phone number, a 3-digit phone number. Get your pen and paper. This was on Martin Lewis's show, and I'm reading this off Martin, the moneysavingexpert.com, which is the Martin Lewis thing. And it says here, 1 million calls have been made to the number 159. That's the number you want. Write that down, 159. It's an anti-scam phone number, and it's been around since 2021. Now, I'd never heard of this until last week. New figures revealed today. Money saving expert founder Martin Lewis, one of the well-known faces most used in scams, because they use his face. They put his face on scams. This isn't a scam, though. It explains how to call your bank by dialing just these 3 numbers. When you call 159, so literally pick up your phone, 159, right? You'll be asked to provide the name of your bank you want to be connected to, either by saying it out loud or using your keypad. You'll then be directed through to your bank's customer service department. Calling the service costs the same as making a national rate call, which means if you've got inclusive minutes, it'll be taken from those. You go through to Stop Scams UK, the industry body behind the scheme, saying it's working towards making 159 a universal number offered by all telephone providers, similar to 101, 111 and 999. 3, and I'm with 3, it says it's confirmed there is an issue impacting 159 calls made by some Android devices via its network, including piggyback providers Smarty and ID Mobile. It says it's working to resolve those issues as soon as possible. We'd put this to 3 after being alerted of a potential issue by some money savers. So the scheme is there hoping to reduce fraud. So that's all you've got to do. If you think you're about to be scammed by a bank, hang up on them, pick it up, dial 159 and go through there. I still would say to you, though, probably the best way to do it is to use the phone number that's on the back of your bank card, credit card, same thing, bank card, credit card, anything like that. Use the number on there to get through. But if you haven't got it, 159 is a pretty safe bet according to this, okay? All right, it was Terry Tibbs, was it, Gary? I thought so. Thank you, SCTV. You're a bit late, love. Well, the top part. No, we don't bother with the bottom part. Just a pair of old grey tracksuits on, you know. Okie doke. Any more text there? Let's have a little look there. Oh, there's Richard. If you haven't watch Scam Interceptors on the BBC. Hi, Richard. It's very interesting, and these scammers are disgusting. Oh, they really are. They don't care who they pick on, you know. Little old ladies, little old men. Well, it doesn't matter, you know, whoever. None of us have got millions of pounds in the bank waiting to be stolen. You probably got a little bit in there. I don't know how much. You know, but if you've only got £500 in the bank or £100 in the bank, you don't want that nicked, do you? Whether it's £100 or £150,000. You don't want it nicked. And hopefully that might stop your stuff getting nicked there. Evening to Chris. Evening, Chris. And it's time to go. Thank you very much for joining us on the show today, boys and girls. I'll be back with you on Reach On Air tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Okay, that's an hour of music and chats. An hour of music and chat. We have a little competition there as well. There's no prizes, just a little bit of laugh. And that's on tomorrow between 9 and 10 o'clock. I'm not on Tuesday morning because I've got a trip to the hospital to do. But I will be on Tuesday night as well, okay? That's between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. on Tuesday night, okay? All right, should be back with you. I think I'm back with you next Sunday night, hopefully with a show coming from the the Luxury Waterside Media Centre. Thanks for all your text today, joining in there, and your other little bits and pieces. And thank you very much to the two people, Gary and Mr. Oh, what's his name again? Sorry, it's gone right from my head now. Where are we now? Mr. Boshi. Thank you very much for sending tips today. It's very kind of you. All right, enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.